And welcome back to the Life Scope channel. On your way in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's appreciated as always. So, I wanted to come on here and talk about Bryshere Gray. Last night on X, while I was just scrolling, I saw his character's name, Hakeem Lyons, trending. So I took my butt over to Bryshere Gray's page, and I was a little sad from the pictures and video that I saw of him, and they were provocative. And it was to advertise his OnlyFans. And I know that a lot of people are on OnlyFans, and at this point, it's not an issue if a person is on OnlyFans. However, to me, it just seems like Hollywood has yet again claimed another victim. Because Bryshere Gray, when he started out, he was 20 years old from West Philly. He was just trying to get on with his music. Someone discovered him, and I put that in air quotations because for all of these young men and women that's being discovered and then they get thrown to the wolves in Hollywood, when they come out on the other side, if they come out, they are seriously traumatized. And then we see these people acting out and we're wondering why. And it used to be a time where you could just chop them up to being crazy and that was it. But it is much more than them just being considered crazy. So at least that's what we're seeing now, or becoming us. And I mean me, anybody else that's paying attention as the audience, viewing whatever you view on TV shows, interviews. We're seeing it now, or I feel like a lot of people are seeing the game that's being ran on us when they throw these actors and actresses away and they just say, hey, they're crazy, or they blacklist them. So with Bryshere Gray, Empire had stopped or got canceled back in 2020. So since then, he's been getting into trouble. In 2021, Gray pleaded guilty to felony aggravated assault. As part of his plea deal, he was sentenced to 10 days in jail and placed on 3 years of probation. Also, part of his probation conditions, it included him avoiding any contact with the victim, undergoing domestic violence offender treatment, and not possessing any weapons. Now, that was with his ex-wife that issue occurred. So it wasn't a one-off thing, because in 2022 he was arrested again for allegedly violating his probation. According to the reports, police were called after a woman, not his ex-wife, so this is another woman, claimed that Gray was acting erratically and had thrown a box of food at her. So he was taken into custody for violating the terms of his probation. And these incidents have overshadowed his acting career, and there hasn't been much news about his professional activities since the legal issues have arose. Now, I'll admit I haven't heard too much of what Bryshere Gray has going on. He was, I guess, at the time considered the it guy, like how they have an it girl. He was like one of those guys, it guy. He was young, he looked good, he is on a hit TV series. He did the New Edition movie playing Michael Bevins, Belle Biv DeVoe. He seemed like he was coming up. He was going to be the next male Hollywood star, or at least getting up there with guys that's on a Will Smith level. However, that did not happen. Apparently, It's been said that he has been doing a lot of talking, and I did not find this, but I heard, just like everyone else, that he was allegedly supposed to be suing Diddy and Will Smith for abuse. So I know that Bryshere Gray is from West Philadelphia and Will Smith is from West Philadelphia. So you would think that would be a good mentorship partnering. And he could have brought him up. He probably could have had him in different things because Will and Jada are supposed to be producers of various movies. So you would think it would be a good connection to make in the Hollywood scene. However, it's been rumored or allegedly said that Will Smith, his mentorship to Bryshere Gray, was not all it's cracked up to be, and he probably tried to get him to do things that went against his will. And that's where, me personally, just hearing this, and we're all hearing this through third party people doing interviews, and we're just making our own speculation. And it is very viable because every time we turn around, or every time I turn around, you see an actor and somehow they're just flipping out and you're wondering why, or they're heavy on drugs, like they have seen too much. This is why, me personally, I don't like for children to be exposed to different things when they're young. Let a child be a child. If they want to be whoever they want to be, do whatever they want to do, you're going to have to wait till you're 18, especially in my house, to try to even attempt to say, I want to do this is what. No. Now, if there's some things that are productive that I feel like a child wants to do, let's talk about it. Let's negotiate on how we're going to make this happen. But certain things, absolutely not. Because when you start exposing children to things before their time, it can make them very promiscuous. It could lead them down the rabbit hole of going into drugs and all kinds of things. Just think when you were a teenager, or when we all were teenagers, just the stuff we got into. And we probably weren't necessarily exposed to a lot of things. Now think now, the things that's put upon kids, like you trying to force feed them certain things, and then they start growing up and being, well, they don't even wait to grow up. They're being promiscuous, very promiscuous at a young age. Because you used to have maybe in the 90s, for me, I'm going to speak, in the 90s, you used to have maybe that one girl or one guy, so to speak, that she's in the bathroom turning tricks or something, or she got caught in the closet and they said that she was, given a little job that starts with blow. So you would hear those things. It was really rare to just have a mass of kids doing it. Now, that doesn't mean that kids weren't doing it outside of school, but it was rare. So I don't mean to go on a tangent about that. Let me bring it back to Bryshere. With Bryshere being 20, not knowing about the business, all he wanted to do was just get into it on the music front. Then someone says, hey, he probably has potential. But I don't even think those people that be actual talent scouts, they claim they look at the overall package of a person. They probably was like, this young man look good. And if you on that type of time, and you know what I'm talking about, oh, this young man look good, let me sell him the dream, try to get some money off of him. Basically pimp him is what I'm saying. is what I feel like some of the talent scouts or people that's discovering people are doing, because it just continues to happen where they're discovered early, and then all these things occurring as they grow into the business, have seen some things that maybe was just too much for them and had to make them rethink their life. Now, he also, Bryshere Gray, has bipolar disorder and ADHD. So take all of that, put a drink in their face, put alcohol in their face, hell, put ass in their face, and see what the reaction is going to be with someone who has that type of disorder going on. Someone that just has highs and lows. They're super, super happy, or they're super, super depressed. Like, I don't know what extreme he was, but from my understanding, that's what they consider bipolar disorder to be. Now, it probably is very much more than that, but that's how I interpret it with the mood swing of that. So just taking the information of this is what's going on with him. Yeah, if he was in a more productive area with people that were doing actual mentorship, then I think he would have ended up a little better, because it was also rumored he was homeless at one point. So the money he was making, because I'm pretty sure he was getting paid good money on Empire. Empire had been on for years. It was on mainstream television. So he was probably making good money per episode. He didn't invest well, or saved up, or put some back just in case when things got tight. So I just hate to see a young actor that's on the come up have to eventually pour themselves out. I know it's a part of the game, but when you see it and it's like, man, he could actually get with a real mentor that cares about him for real and could be the next best thing. And whoever that mentor is, I'm pretty sure they might have gotten a little piece of the pie in terms of money, because they would have been putting him in things that they're producing, and just getting things on the back end, I would think. So it's just real unfortunate and sad that he has to go down this route by creating an OnlyFans. But this is the world that we live in, where people are openly doing it, because it's not like folks ain't never not sold no something something. That's gonna always be, because it has always been. But for certain people, I guess people that I be silently rooting for, you just don't want to see it happen. You want to see their story end up differently. And he could still bounce back from this. He really could. Hopefully he does come out of it, whatever he's going through. And he could just be a better man, because he's 30 now. So you are grown. When you are younger, people may bestow a little bit of kindness onto you. As you get older, you will realize people do not give a damn. They don't give a damn when you're younger, but some people will give you the benefit of the doubt or make an exception for you. But when you are older, people do not give a damn. So the things you got away with when you were younger, folks are not really checking for you to get away with that as you are older. It's really unacceptable, and people won't be shy to tell you. They just not with it, regardless of who you are. So anywho, that's my little spiel on Bryshere Gray. I just had to come on here and say it. Let me go ahead real quick, because I do have a short video I want to queue up. So let me play this short very, very short clip of Jaguar Wright. She had did an interview over a year ago, and what she mentions makes me think what she said back then is actually true. So let's take a listen. It's real short.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house fucking screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray left that house fucking screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
So she is actually talking about Will and Jada and their mentorship. And when she mentioned Bryshere Gray and I heard it the first time around, I was like, say what now? But when you like fast forward to today, and when you hear certain things, especially about that lawsuit that he allegedly filed against Diddy and Will Smith, you kind of wonder, was she telling the truth? Because some of the things that she has said, regardless if you believe everything she has said, and I do feel like she might dramatize some stuff, but she is a very interesting storyteller, but it has some truth in it, maybe a lot of truth in what she is saying. So Jaguar definitely captures your attention to where you want to listen, because we would have these people just in the movies, and some of us will pedestalize them or put them on a pedestal and think of them one way based off the characters they have played, because you would like to think the characters that they played, well, you had to bring yourself into that character in order to bring the character to life. Like certain characters, you can't see anyone else playing them because the actor did such a phenomenal job. And then yet we tend to forget that's what they get paid to do. Because we don't know these people. Like, I don't know who Bryshere Gray is outside of Hollywood. So he might be really into all of what he's doing. But to me, it just looks like he just has come out to be more bold with whoring himself out. So, anywho, I just wanted to play that. Definitely let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support the channel. It is because of you I am able to come on and make videos, and I am so grateful for that. So thank you so much. Support the channel. Cash App is down below. And until next time, bye.